Hey dudes, welcome to Splat from the Past, the only 80s themed horror and sci fi show where things can get totally radical. Now, today I will be welcoming back my good friend Joyce Hyser, who I had on the show a few months back. We were talking about just one of the guys in Valley Girl and several other movies she was in, and we got kind of sidetracked. We joked a lot, laughed, had a good time. We'll probably do the same thing again today, but we're going to talk about a lot of roles that we missed out on, and I'm pretty excited. Joyce is one of my favorite guests and probably one of my favorite people from the 80s, and it's going to be pretty cool. And yes, again, I'm sunburned. It's called swimming, okay? I'm sunburnt because I've been swimming, but I'm taking a little break until the skin peels because it really, really hurts and stings pretty bad. But anyways, yep, today is my interview with Joyce Hyser again, and it's going to be pretty cool. So here's my interview with Joyce Hyser. Hi, Joyce.
Hey, Tommy.
Hey, welcome back to the show.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
How are you?
A little hectic, busy, but good. You?
Same. How's Robina?
Who?
Robina, your second toe?
Oh, just dandy.
Nice. I actually painted my toenails a little while ago.
Well, good for you. Happy to hear it. Would hate to see it unpainted.
Yep. Just like a house. Last week or the week before, I had Heidi Holliker on the show, and she told me how much she thinks very highly of you. And even though it's a couple decades too late, she loved your performance in Just One of the Guys.
Who is this?
Heidi Holliker,
I am not sure who that is.
from Valley Girl.
Okay.
She played, oh God, what was her name? She was Deborah Foreman's best friend in the movie.
Oh, okay. Okay, I gotcha. Well, that was sweet.
Yeah, she's a very sweet lady.
That was very sweet. I'm horrible with names, actually. I think I've mentioned that before.
Probably.
I think the last time we spoke, it's just like, I'm just, I would like to chalk it up to age, but I don't think I can do that because I think I've always been like that, and I don't know what it is. I don't have that ability that some people have, and I'm always extremely envious of.
Oh, don't envy me, Joyce. I just wing it.
Well, that's good. I'll try to do the same.
So you did a very funny movie called Wedding Band.
Oh, God, yeah. Oh, an incredibly long time ago.
Yep, you got to work with Tino and Santa, who I think is an underrated genius from Second City, and
Yeah.
got to be in a power. You got to be with a powerhouse cast. How did that come about for you?
You're kidding, right? What year was that?
I don't know, '89, I think.
Wow. Um, straight up, agent sends you in, you do your audition, and you get the job or you don't get the job. It was no hilarious or fancy story to go with it. It was really fun. We had a great time. Uh, I worked with, I don't know, maybe at that point that was the second or third time that I worked with Fran Drescher,
Mm-hmm.
who was a ton of fun and really super talented.
Yep. I love Fran
And
Drescher.
William Catt was great. Don't know what happened to him.
Well, I met him last year at a convention, and he was very nice. Um, When I was growing up, my dad looked exactly like him, and I showed him a picture of my dad from those days, and he was like, "Oh my God, I could be your uncle."
Really? Wow.
Yeah,
He's really sweet. I don't know, is he still working in the business or?
he is here and there, whatever roles he can get at this point, but he's still in the business.
Yeah, was a really nice guy. We had fun. It was a cute movie, which I don't think I've seen since 1989 or 80, whatever it was. I feel like it was earlier than that. I have to say, I think it was more like 85, 86.
It was probably one of those movies that took a while to come out or something.
I think it was before. Wait a minute. It was before Just One of the Guys, wasn't it?
No, it was after.
Holy cow! See, that's what I'm saying. I'm a terrible interviewer. I don't remember shit. It was after.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. All right. I'll believe you.
Was there any drop?
You know way more about me and my career than I do.
I know. How sad is that?
It's really sad. Who am I again?
You're Joyce Hyser.
Oh, okay.
But it was
What else do you want to ask me that I won't know the answer to?
Well, Debbie, did you have fun making the movie?
What movie? Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, I did. We had a good time.
It's really funny because right after this movie, Tino and Santa and the director Daniel Raskoff they made another movie together called Masters of Menace, which is a biker movie. And I interviewed David Lander, who played Squiggy on Laverne and Shirley, and he told me that was the worst experience he ever had making a movie because there was so much tension between the producers and the actors and stuff. But you didn't experience that on this movie, did you?
No. You know what? Honestly, I don't think I think only once in my entire career can I say that I had a really unpleasant shoot. I really hated working with. I mean, not hated. That hate's a very strong word. Just unpleasant.
Mm-hmm.
I really have been lucky that way.
Mm-hmm.
That I never had a truly horrible experience.
Oh, that's good.
And just like I said, just once where I just felt like I was working with people who had absolutely no idea what they were doing.
Oh, that's going to happen sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. That was my time. I hope that doesn't happen again.
And then you got to have a recurring role on L.A. Law.
Yeah, that was great. That was great. I was hired by a woman named Judith. Well, Judith Parker was the producer that brought me in, and she had written a pilot called Studio. Oh, gosh, I can't remember the whole name. It was Studio B. It was for CBS,
Mm-hmm.
and she had decided that I had to play the lead, and CBS wouldn't let me. They just said no. So she ended up quitting her own show,
Mm-hmm.
went to work for LA Law, and brought me in. That's how I got the job at LA Law. Or that's who opened the door for me anyway, and she wrote that part for me.
Mm-hmm. Had Stephen Bochco left yet?
No, he was still there.
Yeah, when I had Michelle Green on the show, she told me about how Rick Wallace didn't like her hair, and that's one of the reasons why she left.
Really? I didn't know that. I love Michelle. She's great.
I love Michelle. Yeah, she was a fun interview. And,
Wait, he didn't like her hair. It was such a boys' club over there, boy. I will say that.
Yeah.
I mean, I loved working on LA Law, and I loved my character. It was working with Jimmy Smits was completely dreamy. But it definitely is a boys' club.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, I'm not surprised to hear that, but I didn't know it.
Yeah.
Because of her hair.
Yeah, I told her, I said, you know, you had so many different like '80s hairstyles on that show, and she got kind of sensitive about it. And then she told me the story about what happened and everything. And she told me a few years after she left, Rick called her up and said, I want to take you to dinner. And she thought that, you know, maybe she was being offered another job and maybe an apology and stuff. And he did apologize, but there was no job. He just wanted to have dinner with her to apologize. So that's good. But did Allison get written out of the show after that season?
Yeah, I was stupid enough to be asked to be written off the show. That was one of the many mistakes I made in my career. I just felt like I had done as much as I could do with that character and with that role, and thought I was on to bigger and better things. Silly me. And I had asked to have them wrap me up. But I will say, I mean, David Kelly wrote an incredible exit for me.
Yeah, he's a genius.
It was amazing. And actually, one of the shows, I can't remember exactly which one, of the whole rape thing, was the show that won the Emmy that year. I mean, not necessarily because of me. I'm saying just it was one of the shows.
Well, you should have been nominated.
I agree, actually. Thank you. I'm not going to disagree with you on that. I mean, they didn't really, to get nominated for an Emmy, they have to put you up for it, and they never did.
Yeah, that sucks.
It's just the show, really, the show, so it had to have been the producers.
Yeah.
That put you up for a nomination.
Do you remember you did HBO's Life Stories, Families in Crisis?
I do, with Clayton Rohner.
Oh, was he in that?
Yeah, wasn't he?
I don't remember. It's been a while since I saw that one.
Who played the junkie in that? That was that show, right?
That was D.W. Moffat.
He played the junkie?
Yeah.
Okay, see, what did I tell you, Tommy? When we first started talking about this, I said to you, I'm terrible at this. I'm not kidding. Why did I think it was Clayton? It was something else I must have done with him.
Yeah.
That was really good. That was Aaron, the guy who directed that, who I went on to work with him a few times on different projects. So I worked with him on The Marshal and something else. Do you know that? The director of the Life Stories?
I'm looking it up right now.
Lipstadt, right? Aaron Lipstadt?
Oh, yes.
Thank God I got something right. Yeah, I worked with Aaron quite a few times.
Yeah, I used to watch the show a lot. God, each episode was always like much more hard hitting than the last.
Yeah,
telling these true
it was
stories.
really well done, that series. I like that show a lot.
Yeah, it was one of the good ones, and all the episodes are on YouTube now, and some of them still actually play on some of the HBO sister channels.
Really? See, I didn't know that. In fact, I had mostly all the TV that I did. I used to have on not DVDs, on VHS, and
Right.
literally lost them somewhere along the line. So it's good to know that some of this stuff is up on YouTube. LA Law's up on YouTube, someone told me, right?
I'd have to look it up. I didn't know that.
I'm telling you something you don't know?
Occasionally.
Shocker. Yeah, that was great. I did the Marshall with him, with Aaron, and I did another show too, with Aaron, and I can't remember which one it was.
He is a prolific TV director.
Yeah, he's a great guy. I drove him crazy, but he's a really good guy, really good director. I worked with him a lot. I worked with a guy, Danny Bilson.
Oh yes.
Were you getting to that? Am I jumping ahead of you?
What we're getting to that. Yeah.
Okay, I'll let you do the question.
You worked with Danny Bilson and the late great Paul DeMeo on The Flash. I used to watch the show when I was a kid. I loved it. I actually like it better than the remake now.
Do you like the new one? I have never seen it.
It's okay. It's not great. It's CGI crap.
Right. I have to say that was a ton of fun. I love Danny and Paul. I'm so sad what happened to Paul. I can't. That was a tragic loss.
I know you were the one who told me last time we talked. I didn't know about it.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't even remember. What was that? Like 6 months ago? 3 months ago?
Yeah, 3.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Yeah, that was awful. Really awful. But I worked with them a few times. They were amazing. And great to work, great people to work with, great collaborators, really respectful, appreciative, great visionaries.
Yeah, you worked with them again on Viper. I used to watch that
Yeah.
show too. Yeah.
Yes, I did the Flash, and then I did the Viper after that.
But yeah, I used to have that one episode on tape of the Flash you did with Mark Hamill as the trickster.
Yep.
That was a great episode. I love that. He's so goofy.
Well, there were a couple of them.
Yeah. It was like a 2-parter.
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to have it. I used to have it on like one of them VHS retail store copies.
It's even more fun in Japanese.
Really?
It is hilarious. I watched it on the Japanese version on a DVD. It's kind of funny. I never heard myself speak Japanese before. It was really fun. I'm very good. I'm fluent. I didn't even know it.
Was there subtitles?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
Oh, that's crazy. And yeah, oh my God, Amanda Pays, she's gorgeous.
Yeah, she's a great girl.
And yeah, John Wesley Shipp, who played the
Love
Flash.
him.
Yeah, it was a show. It was, I don't know. I guess it came out right on the heels of Batman, and I guess I guess people were not ready for it at the time because it was on TV and it was very low technology.
Yeah, I was really sad because even though it's not exactly my kind of my genre,
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was incredibly well done, and I think you're right. I don't think people were ready for it. Like, it's amazing to me that the new one is so successful.
Yeah.
And I guess it really was a matter of timing.
Absolutely.
I mean, they've asked me to do the new show, but every single time they ask me, they literally ask me like a week before, and it's always always at Thanksgiving. They've done it. They did it to me 2 years in a row, and I was just like, yeah, guys, like, no, I can't do that. You can't. I mean, I host, a huge family dinner for Thanksgiving every year, and I just haven't been available to do it.
Crazy. That's crazy.
So I guess they don't want me that bad. That is basically what I come away with it, thinking, okay, well, it's like you'll throw me in there when nobody else wants to work.
Yeah.
Thanks, but no thanks.
Well, I hope eventually you do get to be on the show when it's a proper schedule.
Well, like I said, I'd be more than happy to do it. I'd love to work with John again. I love that guy.
Mm-hmm.
And he's also very politically aligned with me.
Mm-hmm.
And I like that too.
Do you remember you were in the movie Greedy?
Hello?
Oh.
Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Am I putting you to sleep?
No. I asked you something, but I guess we got cut off for a second.
Oh.
I don't know. Well, do you remember you were in the movie Greedy?
Of course I do.
That was a great cast. What was that like?
That was one of the most fun shoots I've ever had, hands down. That was literally like a big party over the summer. It was a bunch of really fun, and we shot all the family stuff. Most of it was shot at a house here in LA in an area called Chatsworth, and we would just hang out all day long, and working together, and just having a great time. I mean, Phil Hartman.
Oh, great guy, yeah. Loved him.
Phil Hartman and Jerry Burns and Bob Balaban and Colleen Camp and
Kirk Douglas.
Mary Ellen Trainor and Siobhan Fallon, and I mean, just Olivia Dabo, Michael Fox and Nancy Travis. It was just Ed Begley. It was a blast.
Yeah.
It was like going to summer camp. It was that's how much fun we used to have.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this was like a couple of years after Kirk Douglas had his stroke.
There was a helicopter going overhead him.
Oh, shit.
Sitting outside, and it's very loud, so hang in there 1 second.
Okay.
God, what's the director's name?
Jonathan Lynn.
At the moment.
Jonathan Lynn.
Oh, Jonathan Lynn. He is terrific. He was so great.
Oh, he's directed some of my favorite movies, I'll tell you.
No, he is so great. He's such a good comedy director. Just like brilliant comedy director.
Oh, he directed My Cousin Vinny, and
yeah.
I told my dad, I said, "Did you know an Englishman directed this movie?" He's like, "No way."
Yeah.
Yeah.
his sense of comedic timing is just, it's perfection. He's so good. He's so good.
Mhm.
I thought he did a great job. That movie also, that should have been more successful than it was.
Yeah, it's probably bad timing.
I mean, all the family stuff is, it's slow. I mean, I could see the relationship part, it kind of slowed down a little bit, but all the stuff with the family was hilarious.
Yeah. It was a very funny movie. But everybody I know says they love working with Michael J. Fox.
He's great.
Yeah.
He's great. He's very generous actor, generous of spirit, just a really good guy.
Yeah, the first convention I went to 2 years ago, he was signing autographs for his stem cell research, which means he was charging $270 for an autograph, and I was like, oh, I cannot do that. I'm not rich.
Wow, that's unbelievable. I mean, when I do conventions, I do it for my foundation, but
Right.
I don't charge $275. But I'm also not Michael J. Fox.
Yeah.
But that's kind of crazy, I have to say. To expect, your fans to pay that much money that's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
But I guess he got it, so I must have. I mean, why else would he have charged that?
Yeah. And this was like a couple of years after Kirk Douglas had his stroke. So was he coherent during
Yeah.
the production?
Yeah, he was great. He was great. I mean, not he definitely could have a conversation with him. I mean, it was sometimes a little hard to understand him, but
Yeah.
but he was he was awesome.
Yeah, I can't believe he's 101 now.
101.
Yeah.
Oh God. Yeah. All right. Well. So what year did we make that movie, Tommy?
19. Well, he shot it in the summer of '93, but it came out in spring of '94.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So that was after I finished LA Law.
Yeah, it was a couple of years.
Yeah.
He was probably about 76, 77 when he
Yeah,
made
yeah,
the movie. Yeah. And of course, the great Ganza Mandel wrote the movie.
What are you talking about?
Greedy.
Oh, Greedy. Okay. Yeah.
They're coming hot off of City Slickers and The League of Their Own.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was a fun script.
Yeah, those guys are geniuses too. Yeah, you've worked with some great people.
I have. I've been really lucky. I've worked with some great people. I feel. Well, let's keep going. What's next?
Is it true that you were in a ZZ Top video?
I was. Pincushion.
Pincushion, that was from the Antenna album,
Yeah,
1994.
Julian Temple.
Oh.
Who I did 2 music videos with.
I've interviewed a couple people who worked with Julian Temple. How did you like working with him?
He was great. He was fine. He also was pretty talented. Visual. I love the way he shoots love.
Mhm. Yeah, I love ZZ Top. They're one of my favorite bands. And I met this guy once. I met him in a bar. He was one of those guys that you meet in a bar and you know right off the bat that he's full of shit. You know.
Yeah.
He claimed to be.
I've met some of those.
Yeah. He claimed to be a rock promoter, and he told me this ZZ Top story that sounded legit actually. He had dinner with them one night at this restaurant, and they ordered for him while he was getting there. Because he was late, and they ordered him a steak dinner because that's what they were having. And he's a vegetarian, and when he got there, he said to them, hey guys, I'm a vegetarian," and they all laughed and thought that was funny. And then they like traded their salads for his steak, and they were really cool. And I've heard a lot of stories about them being really cool, so that story sounded legit.
Yeah, I didn't really. Honestly, I didn't. I shot with them one day,
Mm-hmm.
And I'm never really in a scene with them.
Yeah.
So, they were really nice, and it was really fun watching because their stuff. Do you remember the video? Did you see it?
No, I actually didn't.
Oh, okay, it was really cool the way they shot their they were like shooting inside like a semi truck with all these lights. It was very cool. I mean, Julian Temple. There's somebody else. Like, what happened to Julian Temple? What is he doing now?
I don't know. He probably went back to like doing like music videos or something.
Yeah, I don't know. He made some great. I remember that great Janet Jackson video that was all shot in one take.
Mm-hmm.
That was kind of amazing.
In one take. Would that be the Pleasure Principle video?
I think I'm going to have to move inside because I seem to be in the line of a lot of...
I just went on YouTube to look for the pincushion video. It's not on here, but like the song is, and like concert performances of them doing it, but not the video. That sucks.
Are you sure? I know I've seen it online, for sure.
Oh, it probably got removed for copyright or something.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because I've also had people post it on my Facebook page.
Yeah. Yeah, it probably got removed or something.
Because I did that one, and then I did a Dan Hartman video.
Oh yeah, the one we talked about last time. I love
Right,
that video. Yeah.
And they used to both be on YouTube.
It still is.
That one still is, but ZZ Top isn't, huh?
Yeah, it's weird.
That is weird, Tommy. So weird. So that brings us to we're in the 90s now.
Yeah. Well, at this current time, I got jokes for you.
All right, let's hear.
Okay. You know why I told this joke to Deborah Goodrich last week, and she giggled like a schoolgirl.
Uh-oh.
You know why cherry trees have a stinky smell?
A stinky smell?
Yeah.
Okay, why?
Because George Washington cut one.
Okay. That was silly.
It was silly, yeah.
Alright. Give me another one.
You know why some Jewish girls don't like to suck dick?
Oh boy. Well, I actually think I know this, but
It's an old one.
it is an old one. Okay, what is it? What's the...
Because it's too close to the gas chamber.
Oh my god. I never heard that one. Oh my god, that's so bad.
What punchline were you thinking of?
There was another one. I don't know. It may come to me while we're still on the phone. So.
Okay, here's a couple of longer ones. This Catholic schoolboy goes into a confession booth, and he says, "Father, I'm so embarrassed to have to tell you this, but I masturbate 5 times a day, and I'm so ashamed. It goes against everything I've learned in Sunday school. What should I do?" And the priest says, "You are forgiven, my son. Please recite 5 Hail Marys and put some ice on that arm."
Oh my god. That was good.
Oh, thanks.
I like that one.
And now this one does not reflect my personal beliefs, and I know how much you love children, but it's so damn funny.
Uh-oh. Sorry. All right. I'm bracing myself. Go ahead.
2 pedophiles are sitting on a park bench.
Okay, go.
A 12-year-old girl walks by, and the first pedophile says, "Hey, will you look at that one?" And the second pedophile says, "Yeah, she must have been something in her day."
Oh, God. Okay, that's awful. That is one I won't repeat.
Yeah, that's another old one.
Yeah, not so good.
But yeah, you can repeat.
I'm not with you on that one.
What?
I'm not with you on that one.
Yeah. I'm not with me either. I don't. Like I said.
All right, come on, redeem yourself after that. One more.
Okay, this one's cheesy. How do you make an orange laugh?
I don't know. How do you make an orange laugh?
Tickle its navel.
Okay, this is really stupid.
Yeah.
Tommy Kovac's stupid jokes. Is that what we're?
It's what?
I said, your famous stupid jokes.
They're not. Well, they're not my jokes. I mean, these are not the jokes I do.
No, those are old ones.
Yeah, old public domain ones.
Yes,
I'm true. I mean, occasionally, like in the middle of conversation, I'll end up quoting a joke from my act, but I try not to tell jokes from my act because I don't want people out there stealing them when I'm not famous. You know what I mean?
Well, that makes sense. I
Yeah.
understand that. Trying to protect your shit is a good thing. Because people steal all the time.
Oh yeah,
Trust me. It's happened to me. Not jokes, mind you, but other things.
Wow.
Yeah, it sucks.
Like acting jobs.
No, I've because I'm also a writer and producer, so I've gone in and had meetings with studio executives and pitched ideas, and I either got good, or not interested, or a lot of times at the end, after you've told them kind of what it's about, before you even go in, and then you sit down and you sort of pitch the story, it's like, oh, we're working on something very similar.
Yeah, and that similar is
And that similar happens to be what they just realized they could do without you.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a very tough thing about not being, when you go into those rooms and you try to sell something like that and you're not, a big name or, someone who's been produced a lot, you run the risk always of that happening to you. And it's tough because it makes you, timid about going in and pitching ideas to people because they steal shit all the time. It's really one of the things about my business that I can't stand.
Yeah, I'll tell you, when I go to conventions or film festivals and stuff, and I see I see people I know in the industry and stuff that I want to pitch my script to and stuff, right? I'm just terrified of giving them the high concept, even that, because I'm just afraid that they're gonna say that they're not interested and then they're gonna steal it.
Yeah.
It's just it's really tough, but yet I want my work on the screen.
Yeah. It's hard. It's definitely a hard thing to do. And a lot of time, and these days, they make you sign things before you even go in there. That, that basically you're saying that, if they were to make something that was similar to, to what you're pitching them, then, you have no claim.
That sounds like a load of horse shit to me.
Yeah. Like I said, there are some things about this business that are not so great.
But you would strongly advise me to stay away from that kind of shit, right?
Yeah, I just think you have to be careful. I think there's it's tough if you don't. I mean, that's why I think it's important to try to find someone to represent your work. Soliciting without knowing somebody, and even when you do that, like I have gone in and I have pitched to people that I knew and still had stuff ripped off. So, it's it's the kind of thing that at the same time, that you also have to say, people who are afraid of making mistakes don't make anything at all, right? So it's just like you can sit back and and hold on because you're afraid that someone's going to steal it from you, and then nothing happens. So it's a real catch-22.
Yeah. Well, I hope something good comes out of it, because I've worked long and hard with my writing over the years. I've gotten so much better, and I just want to see my creation on the screen,
Yeah, I get it. Trust me. I mean, you got to be patient, though. I mean, I've been in this business a really long time, and I've had one thing produced so far, and I honestly, I don't think it's because our stuff isn't good enough.
Mm-hmm.
I think our stuff is really good, but it's just about getting it to the right people. It's timing. It takes just a lot of belief, confidence, and patience.
Yeah.
Patience. I remember when, Oliver Stone, I met him and a guy named Ron Kovac. I don't know if you know who Ron Kovac is, but...
I've heard the name.
Mm-hmm.
I've heard the name Ron Kovac.
You remember the movie with Tom Cruise called Born on the 4th of July?
Yep.
Okay, so that was the story of Ron's life.
Mm-hmm.
It was based on his life.
Mm-hmm.
And I met Oliver Stone and Ron Kovac almost 10 years before that movie got made. It took them 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
And that's with, a pretty successful, well-known producer.
Yeah.
But, from the time that they met, when he first acquired the rights to a story to it getting on screen and distributed was 10 years.
Yeah.
It's a long time.
Yep.
And, sometimes it happens, sometimes it can happen quickly, and sometimes it takes forever.
So you met them, you met Oliver Stone right on the heels of him winning the Academy Award for Midnight Express?
Yeah.
Yeah. And he wasn't a director yet. And then once he got Platoon and Wall Street under his belt, then he was able to make Born on the 4th of July.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly right.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it's incredible, actually. So, I always think about that. I always have to remind myself of that.
Yeah. It's, you just gotta believe in yourself, and you just gotta, listen to nobody when they tell you, you're not good enough.
Yeah. Well, it's one of the things I always say to anybody who asks me about getting involved in the business, and I say, you know what? You have to be myopic, and you just have to be so focused, not myopic, super focused. You have to want it more than almost anything, and you can't be deterred by people saying no. You can't.
Yeah. Yep, rejection, you have to have a thick skin for it.
Yeah, it has to be your friend. It's like with every rejection, it's just, what do they say, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger.
And then when you finally hear yes after hearing no so many times, you get so excited it's almost orgasmic.
Yeah. And eventually you will. I think if you believe in yourself, it's also, I really wish I was starting out. This is such a great time. It's like the Wild West out there now. Anybody can make a movie.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody can get their stuff distributed. On the internet. It's amazing. If you're young and you can afford to not have to make a lot of money. I mean, there's just not a lot of money in the industry anymore. It's going to very few people.
I know, it's weird.
But at the same time, there's never been more opportunity. There's so much content now.
Yeah.
So much more than there ever was when I was coming up.
I know, and back when you were coming up, I mean, there was a lot more movies being made. But
Tons more, well, not tons, a lot more movies, less TV.
yeah.
I mean, that was when there was 3 channels.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah, 3 channels, NBC, ABC, CBS.
Yeah. That was it. It was doing original content, yeah.
Crazy when you think about it.
Yeah, it was. And TV was kind of looked down upon. You know, that's why I said one of the biggest mistakes I ever made was saying that I wanted to be written off of LA Law.
Yeah.
Because I wanted to make movies. And there was actually still a stigma to television.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you're a television actor. You're a television actor. It's not like that anymore.
No. But even then, there were some people who didn't listen to it, and they did both, like Tom Selleck or Michael J. Fox or James Garner, who was like one of the first ones who did it.
Yeah, but I mean, really, you could pretty much rattle off, a handful, or maybe 20 people who were able to cross over back then. Not a lot.
Yeah, not a lot.
Not a lot at all. And, television is it's so good now.
Mm-hmm.
It's so good.
Well, because, back then, TV was very derivative and not very original.
Right.
And, they would take, they would, whatever hit movie was out, they would try to turn it into a TV show.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Over and over. I mean, and look, there's still a lot of that. I mean, the remakes of some of the shows that they're doing now, it's so stupid. I'm just why?
Yeah.
Why would you do that? There's so much original there's so much talent out there. Why are you just retread these, I don't know what's coming. I heard Murphy Brown.
Yeah.
What else recently that I heard? That I was why? Why would you do that? It doesn't make any sense to me.
Well, they do it because it's familiar to the audience and it makes them money.
I guess it depends on what your audience is. So, who remembers? It's not your target audience for the sort of coveted 18 to 35-year-olds.
Right. I know they're taking everything and just rebooting it. And
it's.
I get tired of it.
I don't know, but now you have more kind of. It's such a business, but it's at the same time, there's still, like I said, I wish I was younger, and I wish that I was coming up in the business. Not wishing I was younger, but I wish that I envy those of you who are younger and coming up in the business now, because it's a really good time.
Yeah.
It's not a great time to make a lot of money, but it's definitely a good time to get work.
Yeah.
As an actor, as a writer, as a director.
It's a good time. It could be better though, and it will get better. And I know it will get better for you, Joyce. I just know it.
Well, I'm like I said, I'm still doing it. I'm still writing, and I got some great stuff. Hopefully it will get produced one of these days. And in the meantime, I have my foundation, and it's the greatest thing I've ever done. So I am quite content where I am right now.
That's great. That's so great. Do you have anything you want to plug?
Just the foundation, the Harold Robinson Foundation, is my passion. We're doing amazing work. You can go to our website, the HaroldRobinsonFoundation.org. Look at some of our videos. We just released a short film, beautifully made film that it's about two of the kids that have grown up in our program, and it's really impactful and emotional. We just had our big fundraiser, Pedal on the Pier, where we raised a little over $1 million. And right now we're in the middle of our summer session of Camp Ubuntu Watts, which is our summer day camp in Watts. And it's an amazing organization that's doing really impactful, powerful work in the communities that we serve. So I encourage all of you to go out there and check it out.
Yes, everybody out there listening, check it out.
Tommy, thank you so much. Thanks for the giggles.
Oh, absolutely. I'm glad we got to do this again finally, and we'll talk again down the road. You have yourself a happy 4th of July.
Yes, you too.
And have a good evening.
You too. Take care.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Well, there you have it. Joyce Hyser. Ain't she a sweetheart? Thank you so much, Joyce. It was a great talking to you again. We got to talk a little bit insightful, deepful thoughts about the industry and all that stuff. That was great, and I'm glad you liked my jokes. If you like this video, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, add me as a friend on Facebook, join my Tommy Kovac comedian page on Facebook, follow me on Twitter and Instagram, and all that fun stuff. Well, that's all the time we have this week on Splat from the Past. Until next time, this is Tommy Throwback Kovac saying, there's no shame in living in the past, because the present sucks. Later, dudes.